The country is going through a very strong phase of reform.
You know, listening to him, being as he described himself, literally, if I were his president, I'll just pack my bag tonight and just leave Aso-Rock.
Saudi Aramco is making profit by the second. The same oil we have here. Saudi Aramco. Check it on your phone. Google it. They make profit by the second. By every second they make profit. The same oil, the same crude, the same management that they have is what we have here. We are not a serious people.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan B TV News. They said President Bola Ahmed Tinubu no dey sleep at night. Your president, he no dey sleep at night. Me, I don't know, I don't know nightmare. I don't know what the cause why he no dey sleep. I don't know the bad way they do. Now they want time for night. They shall say he don't sleep at night because of Nigeria. Say Nigeria, whether Nigeria is tormenting, I don't really know. Anyway, recently I came across this news from Arise News and how this man give his own 2 cents about Bola Ahmed Tinubu and their cabals, APC cabals, how they say Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't sleep because he work endlessly, he work tirelessly just to make sure Nigeria is good. And the man said, if Nigeria president is not sleeping at night to make sure Nigeria is working and Nigeria and the whole country is on chaos like this, imagine say your president is sleep. Anyway, I want you guys to watch the video. We'll be right back.
By the APC government, President Bola Tinubu in particular, have any real substance? What evidence do you see, if any, from where you sit as an opposition?
You know, listening to him, being as he described himself, one of the strategy people and blah, blah, blah.
During the campaigns.
You literally, if I were his president, I'll just pack my bag tonight and just leave Aso-Rock. Because clearly, even from his own so-called supporter, it's clear that they say he sits up all night doing very little, and the impact is very...
Well, he didn't say he's still staying up on iron doors.
You see, there's a phrase in Yoruba that I'll try to translate to you in English. It says that when you don't know the answer to a sum or to the Ifa corpus, that you can stay in the sky all night and all day and you will not do much. If he doesn't sleep at night, and this is what we get, he had better sleep. Look, we have created this democracy by choice. A lot of them, and I too, fought and struggled until we got ourselves into self-rule. Little did we know that a time will come when a supposed Democrat or a democratically elected president in President Bola Tinubu of his party APC will be so unfeeling, insensitive, mean to the Nigerian people. Between, as at 2015, when they took power, the price of PMS in the country was 79 naira. And the exchange rate was rovering around 199 to the dollar. Can you, in your mind, conceive of what could we have been buying as citizens of this country, apart from their own profligacy and their waste in government, that could have warranted us now having to be paying almost 1,000 in some places, officially over 800, in other places 900, within such a short time? And what could we have been guzzling that would bring our exchange rate from about 200 to the dollar to 1,600? You know what they're doing? They wake up in the morning and say, okay, mirror, mirror on the wall, what else can we do to make the Nigerians extremely angry and make their lives hard? Taxes. Mirror, mirror on the wall, are they crying hard enough? No. Let us add increase in fuel. Oh, mirror, mirror on the wall, is their life miserable enough? Not exactly. Let us increase inflation. That's what they've done. And, you know, with every sense of soberness, because we own this country together and we all love this country, we are forced to scream, lest they wreck the ship of state. Our country has a very large population of unemployed people and a very young population with a median age hovering around 18 or sometimes even less, depending on the stats you are looking at. And if you then imagine what they are contending with, and you see the kind of lackadaisical, wasteful manner, to the extent that you say you are transforming you're buying jets for yourself, you're buying Escalade's bulletproof for yourself, you're spending money like it's going out of fashion, you're doing very gangling and dandling, you're speaking a lot of off-curve conversation. Your spokesperson are just talking for the fact that they are sitting down there and they're getting cheap money from the government.
Okay.
They are speaking against us without really looking at the faces of the people they are meant to be leading. And we say very clearly, this mistake must end soon. The
Right.
earliest time for its end is the next election. And by the grace of God, if we hold our breath and hold our energy and just manage to survive the ones that are not finished by hunger and starvation and insecurity that has become a major issue in the country,
Right.
we will just say, pack your bag and go and never again.
Interesting. But just to point out, when the president or the government buys private jets and fleets, is it a personal property of the president in power?
No, I
Isn't
think
it a state property?
I'll stop that immediately.
No, I'm just asking you because
No, I'm going to answer you
Yes.
because when you say,
but I don't need to stop it.
just stop it like immediately. When you tell the citizens that life is hard, they have to carry burdens, they don't have enough money to even have a meal or two, you have to even give them palliative, converting the whole country to beggars because we really don't have money, and then all you have to show for your personal comfort are all of those trappings.
I get the point
if you
that you
justify
make.
the jet,
No,
would you
it's
also
not about
justify?
no.
If you justify the jet, will you justify the Escalade as well? Look,
Mr. Showman, it's not about justifying. I asked you a question. Is it the personal property? Because you said he's buying for himself.
Yeah,
and I
he's
asked
going to be the one using it.
Okay, great. So,
what's wrong with the car that Buhari rode in? Was that bad for him? Okay. You don't spend government money like that. You don't project that kind of image to the Nigerian people, to a hungry people, to a desperate people, to people that are barely able to survive.
The optics are really wrong.
No, they're not wrong. They're totally bad.
Yes, and we get that point. But
okay.
Can I ask you?
Okay.
Is it fair to blame the current administration entirely for the economic challenges and the security situation, given that some of these issues...
I have given you two parameters.
Hold on.
Okay, on this one,
given that some of these issues, including the fuel subsidy debates and the insecurity, have been building up for years under multiple governments, including when your government was in power, the
Thank
PDP.
You. You know, when you speak this fancy English.
It's not fancy English. It's
the United States of America. Listen,
it's
girl.
Simple English.
It's very simple, but just listen. We left this fuel at 97 naira per liter. We left the exchange rate at 199. Let's just call it 200.
Were you paying subsidy?
Of course we were.
Exactly.
And we were. All of that was accommodated in that regime. They've taken over government. They have told us, they have devalued us into poverty. Our money now is $1 to 1,600. Do you even know the full import of that on everything else we do in the country? The fuel from 97 naira, we're now like roving at about 1,000 and we're queuing for days on end. Look, this one. I want to dash them my heart of empathy. But they make it very hard for any sane Nigerian that loves this country to understand what they think they're doing. They claim that they have the best team in the world and they have experts to do key performance evaluation at the beginning. When they said that, and they put Haja Adiza in charge of that, I was saying, okay, these guys are like serious. But you know what? They're so bogey. It's more than 15 months, they've not even been able to do an evaluation of themselves. If they did, they would have known that there's a lot wrong. On top of that, we're talking about the mainstay of the Nigerian economy, the price of petrol, the price of oil. And we have Emele Kyari sitting down in NMPC, just whistling away and picking his teeth while our lives is getting miserable. They tell us on the first day of their regime that subsidy is gone. And now we're told that some people are paying subsidy via other names. And the most annoying part of it is that if we had the type of men that should carry a nation in the National Assembly, it's an impeachable offense. You can't spend national money without proper appropriation. So who has covered for that money? And suddenly, the voodoo magicians of NMPC are telling us they have a debt of 6 billion. They are looking for how to... You can't run this nation. A nation can't be run like this. You feel like crying because this is a country that has vast human resource. And they came here bragging, boasting, acting like they knew more than every other person on the planet. And this is what we get?
A lot of people are calling out President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Before I give their response, have you heard the recent speech of your president when he addressed a nation, say that una never see anything. This hunger, he go beat una sote, una will regret what it cost am. I want you guys to watch the recent speech of your president, what he said about all of this chaos and the things that is causing hunger in the nation, his own solution to it. We'll be right back to do some messages to it.
The country is going through a very strong phase of reform. And this reform is taking a very bold and hard decision. For example, you might be hearing from home now in the last few days about fuel prices. But can we help it? Can we develop? You use their good roads, say, eh? You see electricity being constant. You see water supply being constant and running. What is the critical path to get us there? If we cannot take hard, painful decisions to pave the way, now is to provide the leadership that is necessary, and I'm committed to that. It's not all about politics. If you are afraid of taking the hard decision when it is time to do it, you probably will not be able to build a national consensus any day, anytime.
Some people are saying, according to this guy, he's saying, okay, Shebu Nana vote on him. For him, Tinubu deserved third term. I said, yes. After 2027, in 2032, Tinubu deserve a second term to 2036. Me, I stand with him because it is our local. This hunger, this thing, everything that is skyrocketing in Nigeria, is just the beginning. By the time they are 100 days in office, according to that of the APC candidate Okpevolo of Edo State, by the time they are 100 days in office, there will be insecurity in Nigeria. Have you guys, my people, oh, wait. Before I give you what this guy said, okay, let me not confuse you guys. I want you guys to watch this video. We'll be right back.
Saudi Aramco is making profit by the second. The same oil we have here. Saudi Aramco. Check it on your phone. Google it. They make profit by the second. By every second they make profit. The same oil, the same crude, the same management that they have is what we have here. We are not a serious people. Ask me why. Is it not 2 weeks ago they said that all the outlets of NMPC around the country have been what? Have been sold to a company that belongs to the president's cousin. Will you hear something as dirty as that from Saudi Aramco? Every drop of oil is accounted for. Who is accounting for us here? They decide, you just said it. 2 weeks ago they said they made a profit of $3 billion. Today now they are saying they are in debt. Nobody is asking questions. Nobody is holding them accountable. NMPC can decide on your own today and say, we don't have one kobo in our coffers. They can wake up tomorrow for political expediency and tell you that we have 100 billion. Do you understand? When there is no system in place to encourage accountability, what you will have is the mess. Solomon, for more than 3 months, we've been having fuel scarcity across the country. There is a minister of petroleum who is the president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He has not addressed Nigerians on that issue. There is a minister of state for oil. There is a minister of state for gas. There is the MD NMPC. They have the spokesperson. They have the communication people in the NMPC. None of them has deemed it fit to engage Nigerians. Why? Because they do not consider Nigerians human beings. They do not consider you that they owe you any explanation. And it is only in this country. So when you asked me the question and I told you that we are not a serious people, that was what I meant. When we are serious, we will open the books of the NMPC. We will open the books of the NNPC, no matter who is involved. Until then, you see this artificial, they will say, oh, we need to remove subsidy, we need to increase fuel price so that fuel can be available. We have been hearing that since Abacha's time. We are buying fuel now 690 naira, 700 naira, and there is this scarcity. So it's not about the price of the fuel, or you understand, it's about management on seriousness on the part of the leadership of the country. If you want to get NMPC working, you know what to do. Why is Mele Kyari still in NMPC? Why? Why is Mele Kyari still the GMD of NMPC? With all the when we are serious, we know men that should man organizations as powerful and sensitive as that, and we know what those that have manned it before, we know what should be done to them. Until then, let us keep joking and playing around and keep queuing up for fuel for 1,000 naira in a country that produces, that has crude. When Jonathan wanted to remove fuel subsidy in 2012, for 6 months in 2011, he engaged different stakeholders. You know why? Because as a president, if he was sensitive enough to consider what Nigerians will feel, what the opposition will say, people like El-Rufai, people like Lai Mohammed, Jonathan took into cognizance their value and their ability to talk to Nigerians and engage Nigerians. Apart from press release from Wadata House, have you seen any sensible thing coming out from that party? So you are now wondering that a president got a presidential jet, he bought Cadillac and everything. If Tinubu wants third term, today he will get it. If Tinubu wants third term, he will get it. Because who is going to oppose him? Ordinary protest. How many people came out? How many? How many leaders of this country stood with the people during the protest? Everybody is hiding. I don't want to offend Aso-Rock. So let's continue living. I am begging Tinubu, buy more private jets, buy presidential jet, buy more Cadillac. Show Nigerians that they are an unserious set of people. Because which other country will your citizens be finding it hard to feed 3 times, 2 times in a day, and you are wasting $150 million to buy a presidential jet? You are spending over how much to buy a Cadillac? Not that there are no vehicles in Aso-Rock. You are spending 21 billion naira to build house for the vice president. You are buying 5 billion naira yacht. It is only in Nigeria because what? The people consider themselves conquered. Number 2, opposition is dead. DEAD. Opposition is dead. Opposition is compromised. Opposition is scared. Until we have an opposition that can look the government in the face and tell the government enough is enough, Tinubu should carry on. He should carry on. Because I don't see any other country that can take half of what we have taken in the last 1 year.
Well, it is what it is. You call for it, and it came. He saw you guys. Now it's conquering every one of you. So being as a bit, it's bellyful. Oh, we need to change the government. PDP have held Nigeria captive for good 16 years, for good 50 years, for good 100 years. Now you guys decide to say we need APC. APC came. Since 2015 till today, Nigeria has been going backwardness, including the rich are not crying. I think we make a videos about how Aliko Dangote on the other hand, rich, everybody is crying because of this current APC. The government just came like a pharaoh to hold people captive and make sure that everybody feel the impact of this government. When money they circulate, every Nigerians they talk anyhow now. You spend money anyhow you like in the club, you do anything, you see food will do your mouth, you they talk to PDP anyhow. We need to change the government. Now it don't come out. Buhari is not like a god, a saint in the eyes of Nigeria. As worst as it was then, Buhari is not like a saint recently on the eyes of every Nigerian because of the shege when Tinubu they show them. Now, if you go to every APC state now, even including this recent one that is campaigning in Edo State, in upcoming election. He said by the time they are 100 days in office, he promised Nigeria there will be insecurity. Have you not heard? I want you guys to watch the short clip.
We are going to provide you with insecurity. We are going to provide you with insecurity. We are going to provide you with security.
This one is promising there will be, either you like it or not, there will be insecurity. Tinubu promised hunger because he said by the time you vote for him, he said what you'll be eating will not pass corn. Egbado, ewa. He said, and that is what you guys are eating now. No more rice. You are not eating corn. Now corn everybody can eat now. If you plant corn now, Fulani no will let you even see corn because everybody is now eating corn. Nobody can afford rice anymore. Anyway, this is what going to be ending the video today. What are your thoughts about this? Please, if you have not subscribed, I don't know what you're waiting for. You just get the gist for free. I love you guys. God will continue to bless you. Please subscribe. If you do, turn on your notification bell so that you wouldn't miss out on future upposts. Until we meet again, don't also forget to share this video to all your platforms. Comment your thoughts about this video. Above all, give this video a thumbs up. Just click on the like button so that YouTube continue to spread this video across other social media platforms. I love you guys. Remember, God love you more. If you love us, just subscribe and do the rest, and I'll be waiting for you guys in the comment section. Until we meet again, peace out.